These are some of the toughest challenges we've faced so far this year. Why don't you let us know what yours are in the comments, and who knows, we may attempt the toughest ones. Here we go. Players will likely remember encountering the original Oggdo back in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and the most dedicated Force followers might even have sought out the optional boss fight against his even more ludicrously named, even more dangerous relative, Oggdo Boggdo, later on. This year, however, Star Wars Jedi Survivor introduced us to the spawn of Oggdo, who has sadly inherited a lot of its parents' worst traits, including a big old sticky tongue which it can use to pull the player in for a one-hit kill. Rough.
Oh, landed on his tongue. I forgot that you can't do that.
He also has a couple of unblockable attacks and a big old belly flop for players to watch out for, ultimately making him one of the most challenging boss fights in the entire game. As you can see, I struggled a bit over on Twitch.
Oh, see? That's where you start not knowing if he's going to do, like, double attacks.
Although, to be fair, the spawn of Oggdo fight is optional, and you do get a rather fetching poncho for defeating him. And that's not saying anything about the new fight it unlocks either.
No!
That's so harsh.
A Souls-like set in a dark fantasy version of ancient China, Wolong Fallen Dynasty does the genre proud with a number of exceptionally punishing boss fights, especially the big bad at the end. Oh, spoiler alert, by the way. YouTuber Fighting Cowboy, whose footage you can see here, is much braver than we are. With his unthreatening name and the fact that he literally has his eyes covered, Blindfolded Boy doesn't seem like he would present the sternest challenge, but make no mistake, this guy is an absolute beast. His health bar is enormous, many of his attacks are unblockable, his combos are rapid, and he likes to keep things fresh by chucking a bunch of daggers at you when you least expect it. Cheeky. But if you think you're up to the challenge, Wolong Fallen Dynasty is available now on Game Pass, and to keep track of all the other games coming day one to the service, from the maddeningly hard to the delightfully easy, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. Hi-Fi Rush's unique rhythmic combat, head-bopping soundtrack, and gorgeous visuals made it an immediate hit with a whole load of gamers. But if you want to prove yourself as the Jimi Hendrix of guitar-based violence, completing the Wall of Fame is the only way to do it. To do so, you'll need to fulfill all sorts of extremely tough challenges, like nailing an S rank on every single level and defeating each boss without taking a single hit. In fact, it's so tough that less than 1% of players have managed to unlock the achievement that goes with it, according to True Achievements, that is. Although Hi-Fi Rush was only released this January, when it came straight to Game Pass, where you can still find it now. Just saying. Next up, we've got another one of this year's finest Game Pass editions, Ghostwire Tokyo. This spooky first-person actioner has you firing spells from your fingertips as you take on a legion of sinister spirits in a stunningly recreated version of Japan's capital city. It's got plenty of eye candy to offer, but if you ramp things up to the hardest difficulty, then you might quickly find the whole thing just a little bitter. The big thing that changes when you play in Tatari mode is that you no longer get to earn experience points to upgrade your skills with. Yeah, that's right, you'll have to actually handle everything the game throws at you with only the most basic version of your powers. It's such a major challenge that if you can pull this off, you might actually be magic. With its gigantic bosses and endless hordes of enemies, Diablo 4 has all sorts of ways to test your mettle. But if you want to truly prove yourself as an elite demon slayer, you should try and make it all the way to level 50 with a hardcore character. Hardcore mode, which you can activate by selecting it during the gameplay options phase of character creation, basically turns permadeath on, so that if your character is killed at any time, you'll be saying bye-bye to them for good.
No!
What?
Oh my god. No.
And you'll also lose all of the items they had acquired, just to really rub some salt in the wound. It's obviously a hugely risky way to play.
Oh my... No!
But it does come with some big rewards. Hardcore mode actually increases your chance of finding unique items and powerful weapons. And if you do make it all the way to level 50, you'll unlock the aptly named True Perseverance achievement.
Let's go!
A task so diabolically difficult that only 0.4% of players have unlocked it. Like I did, you know, because I'm a good gamer. Now, before you get all riled up, difficulty is often pretty subjective. So what were the challenges that drove you crazy this year? Hit the comments to let us know all about them, and it might even make you feel better. Bye!